Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. President Biden plans to join infrastructure talks between a bipartisan group of senators today. The White House says the senators made progress on Wednesday, citing a source familiar with the talks. The Associated Press reports the group reached a tentative framework for a deal. FDA says it will add a warning to the Pfizer and Moderna coronavirus vaccines after government scientists found a likely connection between the shots and rare types of heart inflammation in young people. Doctors and researchers advising the CDC say they still strongly recommend that all Americans 12 and older get vaccinated. Increasing numbers of COVID-19 cases have prompted Freeman Hospital to reopen its COVID-19 unit. The unit closed back in March due to low patient numbers. Freeman doctors say despite the unit reopening, they're not concerned about capacity issues, but that this is not a good trend. Freeman currently has 41 patients in the COVID unit and says a vast majority are receiving oxygen. They encourage anyone who is still unvaccinated to get a vaccine. Missouri senators are back at the Capitol to work on a critical piece of Medicaid funding. Governor Mike Parson called lawmakers back to Jefferson City to pass a tax on medical providers. The tax draws down a significant amount of federal Medicaid funding. The tax was not renewed during the regular session because of a fight over Medicaid coverage for Planned Parenthood and some family planning services. Governor Parson says lawmakers have until July 1st to re-up the tax. Otherwise, he says he'll cut $722 million from the state budget to make up for it. That's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
Morning temperatures already in the mid-70s, and so we are headed back up around 90 degrees this afternoon. A little rain kicking in for our far northern counties, but we're able to avoid any advisories, watches, or warnings. As a matter of fact, those have even stayed north of Kansas City so far. But that being said, if you do have to jump on I-49 and head up toward KC, that's going to be your best shot for running into thunderstorm activity for today. As we push into Friday, we're going to have partly cloudy skies, but our temperatures aren't going to back off on us. We'll be up into the 90s again for tomorrow. Now the rain becomes a little bit more widespread as we get from Friday into Saturday. As a matter of fact, Saturday looking a little bit like a wet one as the rain sticks around. But look at these temperatures for Saturday and Sunday. Back down into the mid-80s, very manageable. And then we're able to roll low to mid-80s all the way through next week. We'll be back with more KOAM Morning News right after this.
My name is